Hello and welcome to a completely different server. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of a base tour of my base on this server. So I'm not naming the server. It's only a small one with very few people play on. It is an anarchy server, but I have got my, got the hats on, but I've turned the hood off because I don't want to show the coordinates. Because there are a few people who watch my videos also play on this server. So this is not Constantium, first of all, as you may have gathered by the fact I was on the nether roof. I wish we could use the nether roof on Constantium. It would make life so much easier for travelling around. Alright, so let's go. So portal. That portal already existed. I don't know who made it, so I've just been repurposing it rather than actually making a portal at the base itself. Now, I have been having a few lag issues, so bear with me. So, first things first. Now, this area now is no longer used. This was my original raid stroke iron farm. Occasionally, I will still use this as a raid farm if I want to get Hero of the Village, because the current raid farm, I don't get it very often there. It's something to do with the mechanics. The iron golems for some reason aren't spawning at the moment. Was a few issues earlier on where we weren't able to log in. So conveniently placed near a villager tower. So, right, this area, though there's still a couple of villagers here, is no longer used as my main base is over this way. So this is all my own work. I am the only person basing here. Over time, I will probably share coordinates with people I trust. So, welcome to Porth Hen Fenwy. So, basically means Old Lady's Gate. Right. So, first of all, we have our villager breeder. I need to make some changes on that. I was looking at what other people have done. And it's fine if there's only like one villager in there, I can just send the minecart through quite easily. But if there's multiples, I do struggle. We have our conversion spot. I do apologise that the local next door's dog has decided to start barking now I'm recording. The foreman there ready to convert anybody. These guys haven't been converted because they weren't being used as villager trades, and that I just needed them for like iron farm and the raid farm and such. So if I need any more down the line, I can just move these easily. One of the things I always wanted to do was build a base around an end portal. So it took me a while to find one with one low enough down. I haven't lit it yet because I was waiting for me to finish actual base build. So at the end of this, I will be lighting the portal. So we have our librarians. Now I've tried to get a max trade of every possible enchantment. The only one that's not max, and you have to bear with me while I find him. I do have 2 prop 4 guys because I got this guy first. 30 emeralds for prop 4. Well, that's not bad. Oh, sorry, no, that's the discount price. Sorry, 50 emeralds for prop 4. It was like, yeah, well, we'll have raid farms and means of getting emeralds easily, so we just get him. There we go. Being the Anthropods 4. He's the only one I didn't max out because as soon as it came up, I thought, that'll do. Who actually wants Bane of Anthropods? Yeah, so, and I was going through and I got him, and I was cycling to try and get the last couple of ones, and then this guy pops up, and what does he do? 21 emeralds for prop 4. 21 emeralds. I wasn't going to say no to that. 21. So, we have 2 prop 4 guys. I think I also have like 3 sharpness 5. 1 sharpness 5 is a 2nd level enchant. And then the other one was again, had it and then it came up really cheap. So for the other villagers, I have every single trade. I have at least 4 of them, of each one, with the exceptions of the farmers and the clerics. So we've got 4 on this side, and then as we go around here, we also have 4 farmers and 4 clerics as well, so it's a double. Sky rats are out. Give me 1 sec, guys. We're just going to go and have to sleep for a second. I know, sleeping on an anarchy server. What is the world coming to? And am I do apologise for that. No, I'm not muted. Oh, just thinking then, was I muted? It wouldn't be the first time. Honestly, these guys are annoying. I think there's 2 of us on, so I may not be able to. I'm lagging. Right, bear with me. I'm going to have to pause. Oh no, there we go. My last message. Yeah. Been having a little bit of issues with lag at the moment, and it's starting to really annoy me. Alright, let's just get that resetted. So all you have to do, if you're on the multiplayer and so you're not going to be able to sleep through the night, is just wait for it to fade as far as it will fade, and that resets your clock. I don't know why. Why are you guys still attacking me? Frick off. Yeah, I decided I wanted some mud bricks for the roof. That was fun. I ended up making a little farm for doing them. Alright, so, okay. So the next part is our auto and semi-auto farm. So we have wheat, we have beet, pumpkins and melons. So I may reduce the amount of pumpkins because only 3 of the villagers actually trade pumpkins. Potatoes and carrots, my little AFK fishing spot, cactus farm, my kelp farm. Originally it was just a single story, but the rates are quite low, weren't great, so I've put a second story on. I've used hoppers at the ends on the honey farm, and in the middle when it shoots them out I have got a minecart going around. And the same with the sugarcane farm. Now what I've done is a little bit of bamboo in here, and let me just show you on top. So on top there's a daylight and nighttime sensor. So daylight sensor does work quite well and does trigger it frequently, but the nighttime sensor doesn't. So I've also placed in a couple of observers, only 1 for each side, so they're all linked. And I have bamboo planted in front of the observers because it has a faster grow rate. So when they grow on each side, they'll trigger it. So keeping it running, it cuts down the amount of observers needed. So that's how I've done that. Now, sorry, I'm doing that thing where I move around too quickly. I apologise, and I will try and keep myself a little bit more controlled. All these farms I have, there you go, just triggered, and then the minecart will go around now and pick them up. So it doesn't matter where they land, they'll still get picked up, with the exception that if they land there. Now in theory I could put glass there to stop it, but I want access to the lines, so if I want to swap out bamboo or sugarcane I can do. So yeah, so all these farms, with the exception of the cactus farm, because let's face it, it's the most simplest farm in the world to build, I have got off tutorials, with the exception of my iron farm, which we shall go to next. So one other thing I want to show you, which is the work I did underneath. It didn't make sense to me to have just the wood floating. It just was unrealistic. So I spent a lot of time mining large spruce and then stripping the wood to make pillars underneath. Oh dear, yeah, that was fun. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on, there we go. So this is my iron farm, and to some degree it's kind of my own design. Now at the moment we do seem to be having issues in that iron golems just aren't spawning. They were yesterday, but there was a few server issues. Oh, there we go, one's just spawned. So we have a zombie villager in a minecart going around. There's only 2 spots where he gets powered. So for 2 of them, he's quite slow going past. So he goes past them, startles them, and hopefully scares them enough to spawn a golem. It didn't work as well as I'd hoped. The spawn rate is like 1 a minute, so sometimes I'll have like 3 of them going at once. And then they go down to the chute where they land on campfires. So that is my end farm. So glad to see that's working now. And then we have our AFK spot. I'm going to turn off ESP, there we go. Yeah, same with why I don't have the chest one on. I won't do my frames any good, and it certainly doesn't do my eyes any good. So I also have included a sorting system. So I'm trying to do more redstone. So the iron gets sorted separately. The poppies are going in here. But once this is full, they will then go through the composter. And the only reason I'm keeping this many is if I need them for dyes, or if anything comes up where I need poppies. And then anything that doesn't come under any of those comes through to here and goes into the shulker box, which if that fills up, they can just go into that chest. So on this server, you do occasionally drop heads. So I do have a nice collection of various heads. I've asked the other players if they feel like donating the heads to me, but straight enough, very few of them are happy for me to come and kill them. So I'll work on persuading them. I wanted it to look like a... Originally I was going to go for like a factory look, and in the end I just went with a large barn. So same with my storage. So we have 2 sets of item sorters. This side is blocks, so mine on blocks, and this side is more organic, including hostile mob drops. So I can just either place a shulker on the hopper, or I can place stuff straight into the chest and it'll sort it through. And then of course we've got our smelter. The end one has levers because normally any odd little bits and pieces get thrown in here, so I can turn them off if there's not enough to use a full piece of coal or a full piece of dried kelp block. Alright, so this is my storage area. I've also spent a lot of time sorting out colours. So each one has the dye, the corresponding coloured wood, the coloured glass, the coloured terracotta, and the coloured concrete. So there's room for a few more barrels yet for things that still need to be added. And this idea of putting the barrels on top where I can put, let's find one which will have stuff in it. There we go. Instead, I think. So I can put in full shulkers, or if there's like byproducts, so let's find, here we go, cold eat slate. So things that you make with it. So instead of them having their own chests, you have a barrel. And then the actual bulk items go in there. And yeah, redstone again. Kind of this is not too bad now. I can remember how to build that, but it did take a few goes, and I got the idea for the barrels from Pixel Rift, one of his tutorials. So now we'll head over to the manual area. So we have our animals, collecting our eggs. This is more of a decorative area. I decided not to do big farms for the animals because this is a spawn base, so it's a high risk base. And my tree growing area, sorry, we're having a little bit of, I think that's why I have lag issues. So the idea of this area is we've got all different types of overworld trees. If I need a particular type of wood, I've got my saplings in here. I just plant whichever saplings I need. And I'm also using the area just to grow a few brown mushrooms in case I need to make weakness potions. And then I can just either bone meal them or let them grow naturally and harvest them. And then the last thing is, of course, the raid farm. So I haven't got Bad Omen. So this is classed as a stacking raid farm. Again, I had to follow a tutorial very carefully because the position of everything has to be precise. And the idea is, because of where things are, when you kill everything, you automatically get bad omen again. It'll spawn all raids at once, and go straight to victory because it's above a certain height. The boats are there to catch any vexes, and again, I've been working hard on the sorting system. So all the byproducts from the various, I needed a lot of sticks before. Drops come here, and then anything that's over, such as the totems, come here, and one's empty, but these ones all should be full. Yep, and I think I've got a few shulkers fulls in here. So this is my base. So anyway, I wanted to do a video on this, and because I'm the only one basing here, I didn't have too much worries about putting this up on YouTube, because one, I haven't mentioned what server we're on, and those who do play this server and know where I am, I kind of trust. I will be giving coordinates to here to various players over time. So it's time. I didn't want to light the portal until I'd finished, and one of the things I needed to do, because the portal was technically underwater, is I wanted to finish mining out the various stone and everything from around it, because a few times when I was sorting out the water cubes, water source blocks, it was on the stairs, it was going through and was going straight through to the portal. Okay, that's a new name. Never seen that one before. Right, so let's do it. Let's light the portal. Ah, there we are. I have my 12 Eyes of Ender ready. Just gonna fill up the volume a bit. And let's do this. Yeah. Originally, I had white going up the corners, and I'm going to be honest, it looked too much like a Union Jack, so I scrapped that. Now, the reason the fence posts are here is I don't know if the gravity dupe works or not on this server. Most suit dupes don't. If you try and do a carpet dupe or a rail dupe, it ends with hilarious consequences, in that both the items you're trying to dupe plus the pistons and a few other bits just literally vanish. It's the admin's way of saying, no, 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 duping isn't allowed. We're not allowing that. I'm not getting much volumes on. Alright, last ones. So, here it goes. And we have it. Our own personal end portal. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this base tour. I'm very proud of it because everything here I've done myself. It's been all my own work. And it's been a lot of work. So yeah. So I will hopefully see you on 2B soon, or Constantium. But for now, this is Porth Hen Fenwy. Wishing you all a good rest of your day.